One of the big stock stories of the day, Advanced Micro Devices forcing out its CEO, Dirk Meyer, after just 2.5 years on the job and just a week before AMD reports earnings. It was a very sudden move, and as a result, the shares of the world's #2 maker of microprocessors falling since that announcement late yesterday afternoon, down more than 8% right now. Joining us to discuss what is turning out to be a C-suite mystery is Cody Akri, Director of Research with Williams Financial Group, and Noah Kravitz is Editor-at-Large for TechnoBuffalo.com. This is a leading national blog on technology and consumer gadgets. Noah, what are you hearing? You have your ear to the ground out there. Why did this guy get fired or resigned or whatever?
Yeah, well, I was just out in Vegas last week at CES, and it was really like a coming out party for NVIDIA. Their new Tegra 2 chips are everywhere: phones, tablets, cars, you name it. And I think that was really the
why? NVIDIA did what that AMD didn't do.
Well, NVIDIA's got, the new flagship products from, Motorola, on Verizon, on AT&T, the new Google tablet, the first, ever real Google tablet, all have the NVIDIA chips in them. They've been building these chips specifically for mobile applications, and AMD just has been trailing in that space, let alone the problems they've been having competing with Intel's Atom chips, which have been in netbooks everywhere, and they haven't been keeping up.
Cody, what do you make of this move in the stock? I would think analysts and investors would, I don't want to use frightened, but you wake up and the guy has just been pushed out, resigning effective immediately without a whole lot of explanation. It usually means that there's something coming, there's another shoe to drop. How worried are you about it?
Well, it's very worrying, and the problem now is that AMD has no one to provide that inspiration, and I think it goes back several months to a time when Dirk made a presentation, his strategic presentation to the board, and it just lacked any real vision into the tablet market, any way to take back market share against Intel, and he has done a good job at getting some products out, but they've been late. They are executing well, but it's going to take more than just late and a small product line to beat Intel.
So Cody, what do you want the board to do? What would instill confidence in you once again to either go out and buy the stock, recommend the stock, change the rating on the stock? What do you want to see now from the company?
You have to engender confidence, and that's the problem, is without some kind of charismatic leader that can really define a strategy that makes sense, and not just we're going to roll out new products at a timely manner and try to beat the guys out there that are doing well. You've got to give them something different, and that's going to be an awfully large nut to crack. Noah
of TechnoBuffalo.com. Would this potentially put AMD in play?
Would what put them in play? Having a leader who can define their strategy?
The abrupt, you're pointing to we're looking at a stock that's down nearly 9% today. It sells at $8 a share. You've just fired your CEO. You say they're losing in key marketplaces right now. This feels like they've always been a second fiddle to Intel. So does a Taiwan company or a Korean company come in and buy them?
I'm not the stock guy, I'm the gadget guy, but it makes perfect sense to me. As you said, the key places, mobile is hot, tablets, that whole thing that was all the news coming out of this year. And yeah, it would make sense from my standpoint for them to be absorbed. From the financial standpoint, that's not my area, but certainly in what's hot right now, absolutely.
Well, let's turn that to Cody. There are a lot of companies out there, especially in the tech space, Cody, that are sitting on oodles of cash. What would AMD bring to the table that would make it an interesting acquisition target? Or have they missed the boat so much that they would not be eligible to be acquired by a company?
Well, they do bring a few things, but I think the problems outweigh the opportunities. There really are very few companies out there that would have the size, the cash, the wherewithal to even stomach thinking about going long-term against Intel. If you could come at this and pick up some IP that might get you just in to participate in a new mobile or tablet market, but if you're going to buy all of AMD, then you have to be a competitor against Intel long-term, against NVIDIA long-term, and I don't see anybody obvious that would want to take that kind of risk.
You guys hearing any names about a possible replacement? Either one of you? No.
No.
Well,
again, you'd have to be a big name to take that risk.
Not you
Why
guys.
Don't you apply?
I guess the next question is, shouldn't you be hearing news about a possible replacement to engender confidence?
Cody and Noah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.